want to teach on this trip. It's called the success formula. The success formula is made up of several variables. There are some variables that's not even on this page, but this is enough for you to go to the next dimension in life. Oftentimes in school, from pre-K until 12th grade, we mentor and teach you and help you to edify IQ. Everybody say IQ. IQ is intellectual quotient. Typically it measures how smart you are, and you get that from doing exercises throughout your life. Some people, they say, are born with high IQs, and some people can acquire that through working hard. The next one is called EQ. Everybody say EQ. Emotional quotient. Emotional quotient is simple as this. It measures how people smart you are and how mentally tough you are. The next one is FQ. Everybody say FQ. FQ is financial quotient. It's about the money game. It's about currency, the flow that America abides by. We don't teach this enough in America. We don't understand savings. We understand acquiring different things. We understand finance and everything else. So when you graduate from high school, we kick you out the house and we tell you to go to school and you survive and make horrible decisions. So oftentimes we don't finish college, and then we get all of a sudden credit card debt, and there begins a circle of life that we want to avoid. The next thing we have on there is, do you say H? HQ is health quotient. We just finished eating a wonderful lunch. How many people had pizza for lunch? Thank you for participating in the college freshman 15. What does that mean? So 30 years ago, there's a freshman 15 that says after your freshman year, because of unhealthy eating, French fries, burgers, hot dogs, and pizza, you're going to gain 15 pounds. How many years ago was that, class? How many years ago did I say that happened? 30 years ago? Okay. Well, now in 2018, it's a freshman 30. You're going to gain 30 pounds eating bad. Health quotient, we'll talk about that. Now, all of that means nothing without the denominator. Denominator CQ is called culture. Everybody say culture. You need to understand your culture. In my generation, 49 years old, young man from Louisiana, I can testify we did a horrible job teaching the next generation about their culture. You know why? Because we make horrible decisions. But people that understand their culture would not make certain decisions. For instance, on Saturday or the Sabbath, Jewish people have Sabbath school, and they understand more about their culture, so that enables them to make great decisions in life. There's certain things a young Jewish boy won't do because they understand their culture. We have to get back to that same thing. For the purpose of this trip, I want to focus on EQ. Once again, everybody say EQ. EQ. Mental toughness, people smart. Listen, the average Fortune 500 CEO has an average IQ, a high EQ, and they hire people with high IQs. Was that too much? Did you understand that? The average Fortune 500 company CEO has an average IQ, a high EQ, and they hire people with high IQs. Somebody give me an example of someone like that in America right now, a leader. Average IQ, high EQ, because he knows his base.
The iPhone dude?
Bill Gates. Any adults can participate in this too. Any adults?
Make that statement one more time.
Okay, one more time.
Okay.
Give me a CEO or leader in this country that has an average IQ, a high EQ.
It's not Trump that has a high EQ.
President Trump. President Trump. President Trump, because listen up, President Trump knows his base. With everything he's done, he still has a 55% approval rating. Y'all got that? Y'all all right? So you have to understand this.
Got a question.
Who has a question?
I got a question.
Hands it back. So listen up. So to develop this thing that's very crucial to being a great leader, this thing called EQ, there's 6 steps. Y'all ready? Turn to the next page and write these steps down. This is the beginning for you not having any more financial problems the rest of your life. These 6 steps. And today is day 1.
Yeah.
Yes. You're going to start to manifest these steps.
Page 5.
Page 5. Number 1.
Yes, those are yours.
In 1986, I accepted a scholarship to play football at Morehouse College. I got my first start halfway through the year. It was a gloomy day. We were playing a team called Savannah State University. I got my first start at outside linebacker. So when I went out there on special teams, they had a guy talking a lot of noise. I don't know what he did. He knew something about my background. I said, man, you from New Orleans, you ain't nut. Started talking about my mother and all that kind of stuff. And I started getting mad, fuming. I said, punt team, well, I'm about to knock 5 from this joker. So I went out there. They snapped the ball. Punted the ball. I sprinted downfield. I can hear it now. I can see it. I'm closing in on him to make a big hit, and bam! Somebody blindsided me. My foot was in the air. The whole crowd went woo. I got up. I was embarrassed. I started limping to the bench. I was a little hurt. My coach came and cursed me out. 20,000 people. I got embarrassed and I'm hurt. You think I want him to curse me out? That young man who I want to hurt, do I allow get into my head?
All right.
His name was Shannon Shaw. Those that don't know him, he comes on every day on Fox Sports. I played against Shannon Shaw. I allowed Shannon to get in my head. Shannon got me out of control. Number 1. A man or woman has to be under control. Number 1, be under control.
That's good. That's good.
If you're out of control in life, you get hurt.
All right.
You can't let nobody buck you up. You can't let nobody get into your head. A man, especially, you got to be under control, bro.
All right.
Number 2, 2001. My family owned the largest African-American owned bus charter company, bus like you ride on now in the United States. My family, we did 3 Super Bowls, 3 Final Four for men, 3 Final Fours for women. In fact, we had Kansas basketball team on one of our buses. We were the official carrier for the New England Patriots. Their families, the football team. A year after that, an Oakland Raider football player asked for us to do his transportation for a HBCU football classic, and we did it. At the end of the classic, we did all the transportation for the football all-star game. He gave me a check for $24,000 and told me wait 3 days and cash it. So I waited 4 days and cashed the check, and the check bounced. So I called him, he wouldn't answer the phone. I went to a friend of mine and said, I can't believe this millionaire would not answer the phone. She said, Sean, what did he tell you to let you know he didn't have any money? I said, what you talking about? She said, Sean, if you listen to people, they will always tell you their heart. Class, what did he tell me?
3 days.
I went to my best friend, my grandfather, said, Pop, I got played. He said, no, son, that's tuition. You just learned something. I took a hit for $24,000 to show you. Number 2, the greatest skill in life is to learn how to listen.
Woo!
The greatest skill is to learn how to listen. We're developing this thing called EQ. EQ, emotional quotient. Many of us are guided and governed by our emotions, and they are whacked out
The truth.
all over the place.
The truth.
Number 3, This was killing the black community, the Latino community, and some of our Asian community that's getting acclimated to this. Number 3 is you need to learn how to submit to authority.
Yep. Yes.
Authority is placed in your life for your protection. Only a fool would say, man, shut up, let me live life for myself. My daughter, 23 years old, had a brief moment of insanity. She tried to tell me something about life. I said, baby girl, I've been 24, you never been 49. And then all of a sudden she kind of settled down and realized, I think you're right, Daddy. See, when you got somebody in your life that loves you, you're in a state of mass confusion when you buck wisdom.
Yeah.
People in your life, authority figures.
Jesus.
That's what's wrong in our community right now.
It's true.
Anarchy. We're just doing what we want to do. And want somebody to feel sorry for you consequences you're suffering. Number 4. I learned this from a sharecropper, my grandmother, North Louisiana, Ellis Place. She said, baby, it ain't right, but it is what it is. People treat you how you look. Your appearance matters.
Yep.
Number 4, your appearance matters. In class, listen closely. When I talk about your appearance, I'm not talking about your clothes. I'm talking about the countenance in your face.
Right. Right.
I alluded to something early. I said that people are attracted to people that feel good about themselves.
Yes.
We have to maintain positivity in our face, in our posture. Yeah, earlier today, I grabbed a young brother. He's 6'3" and a half, big as I don't know what. I said, bro, fix your shoulders, Junior. What you talking about? Man, fix your shoulders. People are attracted to people that feel good about yourself, boy. Big boy. Nose guard. That's good. He's a good young man. I already know him. I peeped you out already, bro. You good, man.
All right.
Number 5. I learned this powerful lesson. It cost me $1,800. I brought my son. My children every year were blessed to run in the Junior Olympics. We're a track family.
Everything.
My son is a 200-meter specialist. Baby boy is 800-meter specialist. My daughter used to be mad at me because I made her run. She ran a 400 meters. Everybody get up. In Louisiana, it's hot and humid. 103 degrees, we're running. So my son made it to the Junior Olympics finals, 200-meter finals. I'm proud. I'm at the top of the stadium. Curry Lane! So you get in the blocks. And blocks, those things you put on the track to help you get. Help you with what?
Launch off.
Help you launch off.
All right.
The starter had the gun in the air, went pow! Everybody got out the blocks. My son was still in the blocks. Then he looked up and said, oh, and he got up, he started running, came in dead butt naked last. I just looked at him. He came up the stadium after he took his spikes off. Said, Dad, I messed up, I'm sorry. I said, no, you're not. I said, you practiced that. He said, what you talking about, Dad? I said, son, when I told you to wash your dishes and you didn't wash the dishes, you was practicing that. When I told you to put the trash out and you didn't take the trash out. See, son, what happened was you dulled your reaction time. That twitch in that muscle, that when someone gives you a command and you don't respond right away, you dull that senses. So when you want to do something that you really want to do in life, your muscles will dull and you couldn't react. Number 5 is reaction time. Successful people are always on their toes, getting from process to process.
Wow.
A high reaction time. I'm making millionaires.
Yeah, you are.
I understand my assignment in life.
All right. Thank you, God.
Number 6. The greatest book I ever read in life. In the 5th book tells me this. It gave a diagram of a tabernacle. In that tabernacle there is the outer court, the inner court, and the holies of holies. The holies of holies are strictly meant for the high priest. Only he could be there. And the high priest would go before God to pray on behalf of the people. And on his left leg would be a chain. He would move around and you could hear the chain. The inner court was for the priests. And the outer court was for the congregation. Nobody can go into the holies of holies. If the priest went before God with an unclean heart, he'd be struck down dead. And the only way they would know he was dead is by what class?
They didn't hear that chain anymore.
Come on now, somebody.
They didn't hear that chain.
You didn't hear the chain anymore. So we had to take the chain and drag him out. So it is in life. You need to know the difference between a friend, an associate, and an acquaintance. Come on, somebody. If you take an associate and put him in a friendship circle, they will kill you. If you take an acquaintance and put them in a friendship circle, they will destroy you.
You haven't given them a 6 yet.
Listen closer. A friend is someone that loves you no matter what. They want what's best for you. They will tell you the honest truth. Regardless how you feel about it, they will tell you the truth. When you're successful, they feel that they're successful. They cheer for you. And associates with you for the good times. Take it or leave it. They love being around you for good times, but they'll desert you in a bad time. An acquaintance hates your guts.
Jesus.
But they love your gift.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
they want to be around you for what they can get.
Number 6,
Wow.
relationships are important.
Relationships are important. Amen.
Jesus.
6 steps to developing a high EQ is essential for being successful in life. These days, we send people to college and expect them just to survive and get by without giving them the ammunition to be successful in life. When these students on this bus are successful, we are successful as a nation. Thank you for taking time out to watch College Campus Tours on YouTube.